Hey guys, and welcome back. My name is Mary Roses. I play video games. Today we're playing 14 Days with You, which, I don't know if you know this, is a dating sim you can get on itch.io. But it has a warning, and I didn't want to not start it with that. So 14 Days with You is a demo for an upcoming horror romance game and is intended to be played by those who are 18 and older. Things will get darker and more days are released. Player discretion is advised. This demo involves mild coarse language, horror, gore, unsettling themes such as being stalked, violence, death, and murder. It also involves eye-straining text, screen shakes, and potential causes of seizures for those with photosensitivity epilepsy. So close to saying that perfect. To see the full content list, please click here. I will put it in the description if I remember. If I don't, I'm very sorry. I try to keep up with that, but I'm slacking. So, anyways, we are over 18. Make sure you're over 18 to play this or watch this, I would feel. Yeah, I'm an adult. Don't worry. I'm very much. Also, my hair's up because it's hot in here. Welcome back, Roses. I had already tested this. Oh my god, my face. And then I go into the darkness. Okay, let's see. All right, 14 days with you, I guess. Yeah. Hello there. Change my icon somehow. Password _777 with a zero. Ugh. Underneath signal. What else? Angel, you're in DMs. I'm saying we're not the same. Still a demo. Okay. I think we're good. Angel, huh? Ooh, I like the audio. I see. I can't wait to officially meet you. Ooh. I'm still kind of too bright, but it's okay. And in other news, the remains of yet another body has been pulled out from Lake Blue Moss, making a total of 4 unidentifiable victims this past year. Authorities believe that... Stifling a groan with the rim of my coffee cup, I fish around for the remote lodge between the cushions and turn off the TV. I wasn't about to let some morbid headline damper the start of my cheerful morning, especially considering how today was going to be my first day at work after finally getting that hard-earned promotion. I mean, sure, stacking and sorting through books at a library might not have been my dream job. It's my dream job, oh my god. Or even my first choice of places to work after moving back. But the pay was nice, my coworkers were friendly, and the building was located within the perfect walking distance from my apartment. There was even this adorable little bakery along the way that served the best shortcakes and croissants known to mankind, and the manager there always loved to hand out small freebies whenever I stopped by. It still beats living in the city, though. Honestly, I wasn't even sure why I left my hometown in the first place. The fast-paced, hustle and bustle lifestyle of the city just wasn't what I was longing for whenever I started out of my window on sleepless nights, and the people there were always rude and indignant. It was nothing like Courland Bay, where everyone felt like a close-knit family, and the air smelled like the sea rather than pollution. And sure, the local crime rate might be getting out of hand as of late, and there might be fewer things for me to do here, but my new job keeps me busy, and I prefer spending time alone at the beach over visiting shady bars with people I barely consider friends. In fact, setting my mug onto the table, I reach into my pocket and pull out my phone. A notification from Moth, my online friend, pops up, so I tap on the screen to read their message. What greets me? Sorry, I just took apple cider vinegar shot and it was like, bleh, coming back to haunt me. What greets me is an adorable sticker of some anime character giving a thumbs up, as well as a short message that says, "Good luck today," underneath. Moth had always been adamant about showing their endless support for me, even after 5 years of friendship, cursed memes, and late-night video calls. And even though I would never admit it out loud, I was truly grateful to have someone like them in my life. Pulling up the keyboard, I began to type a response to their message. Obviously, I'm gonna send back another sticker. Does anyone else get really upset when there's like a little hair? It makes your hair look so greasy. I hate it. When did I download that pack of anime stickers? Not that I was about to complain or anything. After all, they were free, charming, and included some of my favorite comfort characters. Without hesitating, I sent back a sticker of some green-haired protagonist holding up a giant heart. A gray chat bubble pops up just as I hit the send button, indicating that Moth was typing out another message. By the way, did you see the last AOG episode? I heard Haruko got an outfit change. Spoil it for me, did he really change his hairstyle as well? Or was it really just his sorcerer outfit? I can't call myself his spouse if I don't know whether he changed his look or not. Attack on Giants, or AOG, as Moth liked to call it, is a popular anime series that we recently became obsessed with, and Haruko is one of the main characters from the show. He is a sorcerer from the Shinzuka clan and is widely known for his shy, empathetic, and airheaded demeanor. As of late, his unique hairstyle has become a trending topic within the anime community. Now that I'm thinking about it, what hairstyle did Haruko have in the last episode of AOG? I don't know. I never watched. It's fine. His hair is mid-length now. Oh, so it's still relevantly the same length then. Phew. I must have been looking at fake news or something. By the way, I don't mean to change the subject, but didn't you say last night that you were going to head to work at 8 a.m.? Because it's like almost 9:30 where you are right now. Right? Or I'm just dumb and got the time zones mixed up again, lol. Looking at the time displayed on my phone, I immediately let out a string of curses and leapt to my feet. Shit! Grabbing the coat that I had carelessly strewn across the back of the sofa earlier, I quickly shrugged it on before making a beeline towards the front door. Before I leave, however, I spare myself one final glance at the poorly hung mirror in the hallway. Hopefully the outfit I chose was appropriate for my job. Something professional, obviously. Wait, no, comfy. I work in the library, comfy. Oh, please, climbing shelves and carrying stacks of books while wearing something stiff and uncomfortable? Yeah, no thanks. I pull the sleeves up of my sweater down to smooth out all the folds to give myself an appreciative nod in the mirror. But enough of that. I can check myself out another time. Hastily, I smooth out the wrinkles and pick off any stray pieces of lint from my sleeves before I finally head out of the front door. And almost catch my coat on the door handle in the process. With a grumble, I tug at the fabric of my coat before slamming the door shut with a little bit too much force than necessary. Even trying to insert my key came with a bit of a struggle, and I had to fight the urge to yell in frustration as I attempted to lock my door. Seriously? When will that lazy bum of a landlord do something about this? I swear, I've complained about this at least 4 times this month. My alarm went off to give my dog his pill. Oh, hey there, Angel, looking good. My neighbor Violet practically beams at me while she finishes through her pockets for her own apartment key. Resting on her hip was yet another potted plant, and I found myself wondering where she was going to put it this time. I was almost entirely convinced that her whole apartment had been turned into a greenhouse at this point, considering how her balcony was practically filled to the brim with different kinds of plants, greenery, and other various kinds of flora. But I wasn't about to complain or anything. The fragrance that wafted in with the wind always smelled floral and earthy, and it did well to mask the smell of smoke and burnt food whenever I tried to cook. I love the shoes, by the way. The color really complements your aura this morning. You'll have to let me peek inside your closet someday. I've been looking for some new inspiration lately. Especially with winter right around the corner. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Oh, but back to you. Oh, I wonder what that symbol means. What does the symbol mean? Oh, we're getting text messages. Get started in my house, spouse, era, don't at me. Stop interfering with my walks to Tio. I swear I'll mace you again. Oof. Open social stab. Okay, wait, let's go back. Her voice pulls me away from my thoughts, and I notice how the growing smile on her face has seemed to falter. Wow, Violet sure was extra chirpy this morning. I wonder if she'd let me borrow some of that energy. In response, I shoot my neighbor a grin of my own, and it was apparently enough to brighten her mood even more than it was already. What exactly are you holding? Oh, this? It may or may not be another plant I impulsively bought from work. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't she beautiful? My bad. She briefly pulls away from her lock to gently pet the succulent plant. The look on her face is soft now, and I couldn't help but stare. Oh, I almost forgot. I've been meaning to ask you this, but when were you going to tell me that you were seeing someone? Huh? A knowing look pulls at her features as Violet continues to fiddle with the lock on her door. What are you talking about? Come on, don't act like you didn't just have a guy over last night. I saw him leaving when I took Kathy out for a walk. I'd be more worried about my neighbor taking her named plants, out on a walk at night, but the thought of someone leaving my apartment seemed to set off way more alarm bells. I give Violet a concerned look, and she picks up on it almost immediately. You don't remember? Don't tell me you're drunk or something. I don't think a girl would normally go to that. With a huff, she gives up on trying to unlock her door. It seems as though we both shared the same problem with our apartment locks, and places her potted plant on the ground before slowly making her way towards me. Tall guy? Wearing a dark slasher hoodie? Probably into either alt-fashion or bondage with a crazy amount of belts and loops wrapped around his leg. Ring any bells? No. Last night I was just catching up on some TV show and talking with my friend. No one came here. Even if they did, I would have heard them. My place isn't really that big anyway. Really? But I was so sure it was your door. Anne rests on her cheek in a thinking manner before she pouts up at me, seemingly giving in for now. Well, alright then. Maybe it was somebody else's apartment? I'll turn the music down a little bit. I mean, it's always so dark in these hallways at night. Honestly, what is our landlord doing? Would you mind if I check in with security downstairs later? It'd give me some peace of mind. Yeah, that's fine. Alright then. Thank you, Angel. Well, I got some plants to water and some MMOs to read in, so... Violet's out one last huff before she picks up her plant. What did she name this one again? And goes back to unlocking her door. Good talk, I guess. Even if it was kind of awkward. Yeah, sure. See you later, Vi. Slipping past my neighborhood and into the cramped hallway, I quickly made for the stairs. When will they fix that broken elevator and break into a slight jog? Thankfully, the weather was rather cool today, and the shoes I chose weren't going to leave me with blisters by the time I reached the library. Yippee. The smell of old paper, coffee, and soft incense floods my senses as I step through the library's glass doors. The melodic chimes alert the woman at the reception desk of my arrival, and I watch as she chucks a strand of stray blonde hair behind her ear as she turns around to greet me. Good morning, Eleanor? I think that's... Oh! She looks surprised for some reason before her expression morphs into a soft smile, and she beckons me closer with a nod of her head. Eleanor is one of my co-workers here at the Colonial Bay Library, and one of the very few people here who actually get the work done. And although she's notorious for being rather scatterbrained, she more than makes up for it with her caring and doting attitude towards everyone. But her nurturing personality can get rather overbearing at times, and I often find myself having to step away to get some breathing room. Nevertheless, she's charming to work with, and I appreciate her always looking out for me. After all, who knows what my sleeping schedule would have looked like without her help. Angel, just on time. I printed your... Wait, where did I... Her expression turns into a slight panic as she spins on her heels, and I silently watch with amusement as she shuffles through the various books and stacks of paper lining her desk. Where did I leave it? Ah, here it is. Spinning around once more, Eleanor comes back and hands me a sheet of paper with the word schedule printed in big, bold letters. I take it from her grasp and give the sheet a once-over. Well, it looks like I'm going to be busy for the next few weeks, but I guess Eleanor doesn't seem to share the same disdain as me, judging from the playful look plastered on her face. So, how does it feel to no longer be the one in charge of stacking books all day long? Although you'll still have to work the front desk from time to time, though, unfortunately. I offer a weak smile at her words before rounding the corner and placing my bag under the desk. And as I begin to pull out some of my belongings, the front door chimes again, letting everyone know that another patron has come in. Did you hear me burp just now? I'm so white. Figuring Eleanor has it covered, I leave the customers to her as I go back to preparing everything for the day. But as I turn around to check on her, I notice that she has already finished greeting the customer and was on her way back to her own desk across from mine. As if sensing my gaze, she spins around in her office chair and flashes me a teasing grin. Looks like he's back again. Eleanor gives a soft chuckle as she inclines her head on the direction of the person she was talking about. You know, that new guy? I don't know when he started showing up here in the Bay, but he's always comes in and rents out the books you recommend on the display window. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say he has a little crush on you. Especially with that outfit you've got on. Makes you look rather gorgeous, so I can't really fault him for staring. Because he was staring. Because he was staring a lot. Snorting. I push Eleanor's office chair so that she's facing the other way and focuses my attention back to the papers in front of me. What was with everyone today? Always smiling, gossiping about other people, and meddling in businesses that weren't their own. It was bad enough that I had to deal with a potential intruder, but I doubt my deadbeat landlord was going to do anything about it. I might need to buy a stronger lock on my way home from work, maybe even some kind of alarm system, but would the store still be open by then? All of a sudden, I get pulled backwards as Eleanor playfully wheels my chair around and leans over my shoulder to softly speak into my ear. Would you look at that? Loverboy in aisle 8 needs some help, it seems. She nods in the direction of the red light flashing above the bookshelves, signaling to the staff that someone in the row needs assistance. With a sigh, I reluctantly stand up and make my way over. I already knew for a fact that Eleanor wasn't going to go help them herself, so I begrudgingly began to make my way towards aisle 8 alone. I knew better than to glance back at her, though knowing full well that my teasing coworker would be sporting the biggest grin on her face at my misfortune. Ducking around the corner into the aisle, I was immediately met with a broad backside that was covered by what had to be the comfiest looking cardigan I've ever seen. Oh, he matched us. That's cute. The person whom it belonged to, however, hadn't seemed to notice me yet, so I awkwardly cleared my throat and absentmindedly shifted my weight from one foot to the other. Oh my god, he's so cute. He seemed to jump at the sudden noise before sheepishly turning around to face me. Immediately, I was taken aback by his soft demeanor, doe-like eyes, and imposing height. So this was the guy who always rented out my recommended books on the display window, huh? He definitely fit the aesthetic of a cozy literature lover needing a good book. His pink hair also reminded me of Haruko, an anime character I had recently been obsessed with over Moth during our late night video calls. In fact, even the overcut and style appears vaguely similar to his. But then again, this hairstyle could have been trending right now or something, and I just so happened to be in the last to know about it. But now that I really had a good look at him, which proved difficult considering his towering height, this stranger also seemed to bear a near-perfect picture of resemblance to the male lead from this webcomic I was reading. Wow, he just fit in all of our boxes, isn't he? God. It goes back if I put up my pasty arm. It's not supposed to auto do that. Wait a second. Can I... You guys want to see my face for a second? Probably not, but I can fix it. I always forget to fix this. 1 sec. So how's your day going? Good, good. Mine's going well. Why does it do that? Let's see. Keep it on that. Okay. It changes every day and I always forget to fix it back. Sorry about that. Maybe better? Yeah, there we go. Still pasty, but it doesn't auto. It's not supposed to auto. Whatever, I give up. It was called Always With You and involved the main character meeting the love of their life at a... Oh, he's cute. As if noticing my spaced out look, the stranger absent-mindedly scratches at his jaw while he waits for me to snap out of my thoughts. In fact, I had been so distracted that I didn't even realize that he had been muttering quietly to himself. I knew you preferred softer-looking clothing. I made the right choice with this outfit. Sorry. I hope I'm not bothering you. I'm just looking for, His voice pulls me back into the present, and I hastily tried to make sense of what was spilling from his cherry-tinted lips. Watching him struggle with his words would have made anyone feel bad, so I offered him a reassuring smile in return, an encouraged nod of my head. At that, he takes a steady inhale of air before trying again. I need some help. I'm looking for a specific book, you see, but... And now he's playing with the ends of his sleeves. I felt a sudden urge to reach out and stop him. Did I find the action annoying, endearing, relatable? Who knows, but instead I held back and waited for him to find the words to speak. But... wow, even his mannerisms were eerily similar to Haruko's. The enduring awkwardness and sleeve tugging gave me a sense of deja vu, and it honestly felt like he walked straight out of the anime and into this very library. Man, Moth is gonna freak when I tell them about this later. The stranger in front of me takes in another shaky inhale before he tries to speak once more, this time with a lot more confidence in his tone and a fire in his eyes. Do you have any books on native flora? The best I've found are on generic wildlife, but nothing about Corland Bay's plants. Or maybe I'm just in the wrong aisle? He was looking for a book about the native flora? Perhaps I should introduce him to Violet. Chuckling to myself at the thought, I stepped closer to the tall man and began scanning the contents of the shelf beside him. He almost seemed to flinch at the sudden closeness between us, but showed no sign of moving away. In fact, he seemed to almost lean closer and inclined his head towards mine. And had I not been too preoccupied with finding that book, I would have noticed how his breath hitched in his throat as my scent flooded his senses. No, you're definitely in the right aisle. Those kinds of books are just more hidden, I guess. I step past him this time and make my way over to the lower part of the shelves. Absent-mindedly, I run a finger against the spines of each book until I come into the contact with one book in particular. Then, bending over slightly, I pull the book from the shelf and give the cover a once-over before offering it to this man behind me. Is this what you're looking for? Too preoccupied with the misplaced book on the bookshelf, who bring cookbooks to the nature aisle. I barely noticed how his blue eyes trail across my forearm before landing on the book held out to my outstretched hand. Was it just me, or did he have a certain glint in his eyes? Was this book really that interesting, or perhaps this tall stranger was just really into nature? Well, not that it mattered, because he was already taking a tentative step forward and revealing more of his hands from the depths of his long sleeves. With shaky fingers, I watch as the stranger reaches out and takes it from my grasp. He flips through a few pages to take in its contents, before finally settling on the book with an affirmative nod. And yes, this is exactly what I was looking for, thank you. I'm glad. You're like an angel sent down from heaven or something. You're so helpful. Kind, too. What? What? Oh, I didn't. Did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to. That must have been so weird. I'm so sorry. He looked as though he was about to cry now, so I hastily threw up my hands in a comforting manner and shot him a reassuring smile. Hey, it's fine. No need to freak out. I just wasn't expecting someone to say that about me is all. Really? Well, I think it's true for what it's worth. You really are like an angel. Thanks? An angel, huh? I seriously doubt that was the reason why I was giving this name in the first place, but it was cringy. What? It was crazy how he was able to guess my name so easily. Figuring that was my cue to leave before things got awkward, I gave him one last friendly smile and suddenly glanced back towards the front desk. Oh my god, I didn't realize you could see the bar. I'll fix it. I'm also going to turn this music down because it's very loud. Well, can you believe me? Dang it. No? No, you're gonna be like that, huh? This video has been a mess, and I am sorry. There we go. I gave him one last friendly smile and suddenly glanced back towards the front desk. But the eccentric man shows no sign of moving. Instead, he just looks down at me expectantly. Did he want to continue the conversation? It seems unlikely, as he didn't say anything. He simply stared at me. Awkwardly, I cleared my throat for what had been the millionth time today and gestured vaguely to the reception desk behind me. Well, if you don't need any more help, I should... This is just getting weird now. Should I even attempt to continue this conversation or just leave? I mean, it would seem rude to just walk away abruptly, especially considering how he's apparently a regular patron in the library I worked at, but he wasn't making much of an effort either, so what should I do? Keep talking to him. He's cute. So, do you come here often? Seriously, Angel? That was the best you could come up with? Damn it. Now he probably thinks I'm the weird one. Yes, actually, I like visiting whenever I have some free time. Although I usually end up coming here just to hide away in a corner somewhere and look at your book collection. You have a lot of interesting books here. Lots and lots of books. Yeah, I mean, it is a library after all. But sure, whatever you say, mystery... Actually, now that I say that, I think about it, you haven't told me your name yet. Oh, I guess you're right. You can call me... What? It was like he said something, but his voice was delayed. Was that even his voice? Was he speaking English? It almost felt like something that came out of a dream. Wait, let's turn down the music and we'll turn down up everything else. Yeah. I can see you. That's cute. How did you do that? Do what? Anyway, you can just call me Bren if you like. Is it alright if I continue to call you Angel? It's such a unique name, in my personal opinion at least. Wait, did he just guess my real name? Or was he just using Angel as a nickname? And was he really flirting with me right now? Are you okay? Yeah, I think, but how did you know my name? I don't remember telling you. Silly, it's on your name tag. How convenient. As if to prove a point, Ren reaches out to gently flick the name tag that I somehow forgot that I had put on this morning. Oh. Angel is a cute name, though. And it's really, really, really fun to say. Especially over and over again. Right. Anyway, say, are you busy later? I'd love to thank you for helping me find this book. Seriously? What was up with this guy? One minute he's shy and the next he's bold. It was almost like he was putting up several fronts to see which one I responded to better. Actually, I'll be busy this afternoon. I need to buy a new lock for my apartment. A new lock? That doesn't sound good. Can I ask why? I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell him. I mean, What was he gonna do? Personally show up at my doorstep and test the new lock himself? That'd be crazy. Apparently someone broke into my apartment last night and I didn't notice. I didn't think they stole anything, but still, it's creepy. I figured it's better to be safe than sorry, you know? Yeah, but it sounds like instead of a lock, you just need to jump the scumbag when they least expect it and beat them up to teach them a lesson. Stay up all night if you have to. Really get the edge on them. I couldn't help but let out a genuine chuckle at his suggestion. If I had to choose, then this would have to be the side of him that I preferred. He seemed at ease, and his words weren't as forced or awkward. Yeah? And who's going to be the one to beat the guy up at 3 a.m.? Because last I checked, I'm not really the type to go around throwing punches at people I don't know. And definitely not before the sun is up and shining. I could do it for you. You? But, I mean, we don't even know each other that well, and that's fine. I could tell you all about myself on the walk there. My whole life story and everything. Where I was born, the school I went to, how many cute librarians I've met. Which happens to be one so far. Before I could even comment on his sudden confidence, Ren seemed to pick up on my discomfort at his choice of words. If it even was discomfort that I was feeling, and hastily backtracked. Hey, or not, I'm just messing around. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. There was again that subtle shift in his personality. But now that he mentioned it, would it really hurt to invite him to my place for the night? He definitely looked like he could handle himself in a fight, his contrasting outfit aside, so maybe it wasn't that bad of an idea. Oh yeah, let's just bring him over. Just random stranger, let's come over. That makes sense. Actually, you know what? Would you mind coming over and staying the night? Random stranger I've never met who stalks me, definitely. I definitely feel a bit safer knowing someone else was around. Oh, you actually want me to come over? I mean, yeah, sure. Definitely. He seemed a bit too eager for this. If it's not too much trouble, I get... Where are they? Angel? There you are. Someone at the front desk is looking for you, and... Oh, I'm sorry. Are you busy right now? I can... Impeccable timing as always, Eleanor. Eleanor? Eleanor. No, it's fine. I think everything is already handled here, right? Give the two of them a soft smile before making my way towards the reception desk. But as I pass by Eleanor, I gently clasp a hand on her shoulder and shoot her a playful look of my own. If you need more help, I'm sure Eleanor here can assist you. She loves helping others, right? And as I turn to leave, I barely miss the way Ren's eyes zone in on my hand resting on Eleanor's shoulder. Spicy. What is over here? Let's check this out. Hello, Angel. Open the profile app to get started. Oh, that's cute. That's funny too. Wait, let me see. Are these spoilers? That's all I got? That's all I got. Work group chat. That's so cute. Oh god, oh god, oh boy, oh my god. That's so cute. Alright, sorry, I was checking stuff out. Hours seem to pass by in a blur, and soon enough, I find myself resting up in the employee's lounge. My mind drifts back to the guy from earlier, and I couldn't help but wonder what happened to him afterwards. Did he rent out the book I offered? What about my recommended novel of the week? Ren surely was strange, to say the least. But I had to admit that he did seem kind of cute with his oversized cardigan and timid demeanor. Demure. It's giving demure. No. He still gave me off-putting vibes, though. Especially with his ever-changing personality. And if I had to be completely honest, that shy and timid persona that he displayed felt rather forced to me. It was almost as if he saw it on TV or something and wanted to try it out himself. And I just happened to be one of his first victims. But who was I to call him out on it? That was his business if he wanted to act all shy and demure. I was right! Angel, is everything alright? It's not often I find you here at this time. Conan, my boss, crazy name, startled me as he suddenly appeared in the entranceway. Everyone saw him as some kind of blessing to this institution, because the moment he showed up, all forms of trouble seemed to disappear overnight. Those low-life teens started causing chaos elsewhere, and the rumored gangs became far and few between. At first, I thought that he might be linked with these criminals because of his intimidating gaze. His intimidating glaze, he really is a mean donut, and facial scars. But then I got to know him better and found out that he held a massive soft spot for those dear to him. Though, much like Eleanor, Conan felt more like a father figure with how much he fretted over his staff and their well-being. I mean, he literally installed a new air conditioner and water dispensers last week because one of his employees fainted due to heat stroke. It wasn't anything too major, but it was nice to know that our boss was considerate enough about the people he hired. I doubt I could say the same about my old job in the city. Conan was also nice to chat to whenever I went on my breaks and would always encourage me to take as much time as I needed before I returned to my desk. But after realizing that I had once again been spacing out, I pulled myself away from my thoughts and turned to offer my boss an acknowledgement smile. That was a pain, I'm sorry. Rough to get through. Yeah, I'm fine. Just taking a short break. I'll be back out there soon. Take as long as you need. Don't overwork yourself. He seemed hesitant to leave. If the way he was shifting from one foot to another was any indication, he shoots me a concerned look before opening his mouth, only to close it once more in contemplation. Have you seen Eleanor? I asked her to come to see me regarding the unsorted novels in the storeroom, but she's yet to show up. Eleanor? Last I saw her, she was talking to one of our patrons in aisle 8. Maybe she's still there? I'll have to go check then again. Thank you. And with that, he disappeared just as quietly as he came. But that was odd. It wasn't like Eleanor to suddenly go missing. Was she still occupied with Ren? It'd been a while, so I figured she would have finished helping him left by now. Oh well, I'm sure she'll turn up sooner or later. Ren didn't seem much like a talkative person anyways. We're going to save right there because it's been 30 minutes. I'm trying to make my videos a little bit shorter. I like the long form videos, but let me know how you feel because this is what you want. It's not what I want. But I'll see you guys in the next video. We will continue this next week. I love you guys very much. Stay safe. Don't date random guys you meet and invite to your house the first day. That feels unsafe. All right. Talk to you later.